Good morning, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving if you are in the United States. Today is Thanksgiving and it's around 8:30 in the morning, and I thought I'd do another vlog, Thanksgiving Day today, show you what I'm making. And I don't think I'm going to get a lot of reading done today just because we have places to go, things to make, places to go. We are going to my husband's father's side of the family for Thanksgiving lunch, and then my side of the family, my mom's side, for Thanksgiving dinner. So I'm making some stuff this morning, and I'm just checking on my dog. He's eating. That's probably, if you can hear him, you probably can. Anyway, so I'm making sweet potato cake this morning, and it is a massive cake, and it is the most intensive, labor-intensive cake I've ever made. There's probably more difficult ones out there, but this one's pretty labor-intensive, I guess. It takes me a while to make, and it's completely from scratch. I use real sweet potatoes and everything, and I only make it once a year because of that. So Thanksgiving Day is the day that I make that cake. And then I'm making corn casserole. I've heard some people call it corn pudding. I don't like calling it that. Everything in the South is corn casserole, or is casserole. So it's corn casserole. And those are the two things I make every year for Thanksgiving. I get requested for them, especially the corn casserole is a really big hit. Let me know if you ever had any of these two dishes before. I don't think they're very common, or at least I haven't heard many people have them. Especially the sweet potato cake. I think that's pretty, I know sweet potato pie, but sweet potato cake I think is more, not as common. So yeah, let me know that. I'm just curious. And then let me know what you are responsible for, if anything, for Thanksgiving dinner. I think that is really interesting for me to know, like, what people have. Like, some people don't even have like the American Thanksgiving dinner. Or if they do, like, there's different things that you can eat. So, and I'm always surprised by what's different. So let me know what you make or what your family has for Thanksgiving. And so I'll stop yammering on and start making the sweet potato cake first. Watch a little bit of the parade, hopefully, and make the corn casserole. So today is Saturday, December 3rd, so the second week after Thanksgiving, and I still hadn't posted the Thanksgiving footage I took. And so what I'm going to just do is combine it with footage I'm going to do this weekend, do like a Thanksgiving / Christmas, get ready for Christmas vlog. So I'm just going to mash it all together because it really wasn't enough to do just one video because I didn't read. I only did like Thanksgiving prep. So yeah, so here we are. So I have a few things planned today. I'm going to go to Mr. K's, I think, because I have so many books. They're just riding around in my car because I've taken them a couple of times and they keep sending them back and for trade credit, and I'm like, one day you will take them. So I've just been holding on to them for now. So I'm just going to try it again. Added a few more books in there, and I'm going to try and get some trade credit and see what books they have. And then I'm going to run to a couple of thrift stores and see if I can find any supplies for the baby and myself. I am in my second trimester now, so I have gotten to where I cannot fit into a lot of my clothes, which is a fun time. I finally broke down and bought a couple of things from Black Friday, and while I'm at it, I guess I'll show you a Bumpdate in case anybody is interested. So the leggings that I'm wearing is one of the Black Friday purchases that I did. It's so nice to actually wear leggings again because I haven't felt comfortable in mine for quite a while. So I finally bought the maternity leggings. And so anyways, here is the bump. It's not the best lighting in my bathroom, but here it is. The baby is growing, and this is what I look like at the start of the second trimester. And these, like I said, these leggings are actually fairly good quality. They feel good. They're not see-through. They're pretty good quality for Amazon, and definitely compared to the leggings that I was trying on at a thrift store one time, and they were completely see-through, like not acceptable. So I'm quite pleased with these, and I'll go ahead and link them below in case anybody's interested. But it's so hard to know with Amazon what kind of quality you're going to get. But I lucked out with these. So here's the Bumpdate. So, like I said, I've been behind, so I'm just now starting Christmas preparations at my house, and I'll show you decorating one of my trees. Hopefully, maybe the other one, I do 2 Christmas trees. I like decorating Christmas stuff, so I have 2. And then I might do a couple other things, which I don't want to say in case I don't get around to them, because that's been happening to me a lot lately. So I'm going to try and pick up a book, and I'll share more about that later. Hey y'all, so today is Sunday, December 4th, and I spent most of yesterday shopping for baby stuff, and I didn't really get much footage of that because there was people everywhere, I guess, for holiday shopping, but it's always weird filming in public because people are like, what are you doing? Crazy person. So I didn't film a lot, but I did want to show you what I got. I know this channel is not... It's a book channel, so like I know not everybody's interested, so I'll put in the description timestamp so you can skip past this part if you have no interest in seeing baby stuff and the deals I got. I think it's fascinating to see what people are able to snag. I love thrifting. It's one of my favorite things to do. I love finding deals, and I have been having too much of a good time, I think, finding baby stuff. One, because I'm a new mom, obviously, and then I love finding the deals. So I'm having a little girl due in April, but I'm gathering up stuff. So here we go. I'll start with clothing. Look at the cute little baby onesie. Ain't it cute? Oh my gosh, I can't. I'm gonna die. It's 0 to 3 organic cotton. And I just wanted a basic onesie. Maybe I could put something saying on it and make it personalized or something. I don't know. It was $1. And then I got a sleeper, and it has the zipper at the bottom and at the top, so easy middle of the night feeding and changing diapers and all that. So definitely want as easy of a time as possible to help with sleep and all that. So I grabbed that for $1. Oh, I can't with the cuteness. So I got this for $1.50. And then I love florals. Her nursery is gonna be floral themed, actually. So I can't get enough of florals. So I just had to have this one. It was $1.50. And then I can't. And it comes with little pants that come with it, and have little strawberry dangly bits, and then she's got a strawberry booty. So these are $1 each. So those are the only clothing that I've got so far. I didn't go crazy because I know they outgrow them super fast. So I only got the cheapest, cutest ones. And then I got a bathtub for $5 from Facebook Marketplace. I got a Boppy nursing pillow, which was listed for $20, and then whenever I can pick it up, she was like, "Do you want 2 free nursing covers? 2 free covers?" I was like, "Yeah, please, thank you." So this was $20 from Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace is awesome. I've been stalking it, finding me them deals. It's the place to go. Also, Facebook Marketplace, I got my diaper bag. It has like insulated stuff in there for bottles. I can't think of words. That's a pregnancy thing, I think. And then it came with a portable changing pad. So this was $15 altogether. I think this is normally $30 on Amazon. This is normally like $20. And then this is normally like $45-ish for brand new. So I'm doing good. Y'all. Ah! Oh my stars! Y'all, it is a tummy time mat. The little, you can, when you lay it down, like the wings stay up and then the head stays up too. But I got this a couple years ago from Miracle Hill. It was $5, and I don't think I've talked about it much on this channel yet. I was going to make a video. It's one of those tags where, what do you have too much of? And I have an obsession with owl stuff. They make me so happy. And I was like, I know I want a kid, and I saw this, and I was like, I have to have it. I don't care what it is, this child is laying on my owl mat. But I'm so glad she is a girl, so she can lay on my owl mat that I got her. So I'm so excited about the owl mat. I can't. It was $5. And then I got her some hangers. I think they were, yeah, $4 for both of these together. I saved $6 because you can get them on Amazon for $10. So I take what little I can, okay? $1 is $1. And then I have a stash like all along my couch, so I'm just grabbing stuff. But I got me a baby carrier, and she said she only used it once, and from Facebook Marketplace. And
She sold it to me for 15, and I looked online and it's originally like 45 to 50-ish. Exciting. And then I got a changing pad for $10. She said they never used it. I'm still going to clean it, but. And then the last thing, yeah, I think that's everything. The last thing is my most exciting find, so let me go take you to it.
I got a bassinet. It's the Halo Bassinest Swivel Sleeper. It's a tongue twister, but it turns and then you can like move it like that. But I looked online and brand new, it's $225 and I got it for $20. It does need to be cleaned. It's not terrible. It's just a few spots here or there that's stained, but obviously gonna clean it and everything before I put her in it. But I was super excited because it's only $20 and it's a good bassinet. So yay. Okay, so it's much later. I'm in a different position and everything. It's been a couple hours. Got distracted with chores, my husband coming home, making dinner and all that. So I'm continuing my conversation, but in a different position because I'm tired of standing up. And also I thought having the tree right here would be nice. So anywho, I wanted to show y'all some book related things that I got that are baby related, sort of. So I got the What to Expect When You're Expecting. I think this is the newest edition, the 5th edition. And I got it brand new a while ago from Books A Million. And it's just so much information in here, which is very, very helpful, but it's just kind of almost information overload. So I haven't read it lately, but I had read it for a little bit before. But I'm gonna dive back into it again. I'm just not a non-fiction reader. Very it's interesting, but it doesn't hold my attention over a long period of time usually, unless it's Christian, like scientific stuff. It doesn't hold my attention very long. So want to get back to this one eventually, but I have it. And then let's see, I have a baby name book that I got for $1.25 from the thrift store, and there are some interesting names in here. But my husband and I have been going through it, but I also been using the Bump app too. They have their baby names thing, but I just wanted some variety in different sources, so I picked this up. And let's see which order I want to show it to you. I got a planning journal for pregnancy, and it has like an outline of pregnancy and like, I don't know if you can see, but medical info, first trimester, second, third, welcome baby, monthly calendar, weekly calendar. So it's like a planner, but it's got like extra information in here. Questions for my doctor, prenatal appointments. I haven't filled any of this out yet, but baby's immunizations. Like it's kind of got it all in here. So it's a record for me now to keep track of things, but also memory keeping too. So got this from Amazon. And then I got this prayer journal. It's pregnancy specific from valmariepaper.com. I use their regular prayer journal. It looks like this actually, but it's just separated by months, and there's different prompts and stuff. By categories, you can pray about different things like family, work, stuff like that. But this is specifically pregnancy related, and I just thought it was a pregnancy journal and I grabbed it, so I haven't flipped through it yet actually. But look, it has like the first trimester, month 1, weeks 1 through 4, baby's health and growth,
baby's future, my needs, dad's needs, friends. Let's see. Symptoms I don't have, answered prayers, scripture to meditate on, fears and worries. This is pretty cool. I wish I would have started this at the very beginning. Here's where I'm at. Second trimester, let's see. Same thing. How are you feeling? Fears and worries, baby's future, dad's needs. So it's the same thing repeated, but it's pretty cool. Also a memory keeping thing to look back on as well. So pretty nifty. Ooh, slipping through it. Labor verses. To read in between contractions or have a loved one read over you when only the Lord's strength will pull you through. Yes. I will need the Lord's strength for sure, from what I can hear. Great truth is also read during pregnancy and those late nights with a brand new baby. So it has some scripture in the back too. It's got like several pages worth, so that's really cool. First story. Let's see if there's anything else. Oh, it even has the 4th trimester. The first 3 months after you give birth. Labor and delivery, first 6 weeks, and then the labor verses. So I should have kept flipping. First story. This is pretty cool. Alright, so I got this really cool journal. It's called Promptly Journal, and it is actually a complete childhood history. So it goes from prenatal through age 18 of the child, which I thought was super cool, that you get to have these prompts throughout this child's life and then be able to hand that to them whenever they leave the nest, which is crazy to think about 18 years from now. But you have the tree in here, family tree, footprints, handprints, like it's got everything. It's so cool. So this is the first trimester. Where were you and how did you find out you were pregnant? What were you feeling when you found out? How did you tell your spouse? Were you sick? What food did you crave? What did you learn at your first doctor's appointment? Who was your doctor? How did you announce your pregnancy? Like, they literally think of everything. Let's see. The birth, you have your official stats. And where were you when you knew your baby was coming? How long were you in labor? So cool. First, a date and what it was. First haircut. First week, it has like the doctor stats of the office. What do you enjoy most about your baby? What color are your baby's eyes now? What does your baby's hair look like? Where's your baby sleeping? Places for pictures. Like, I'm excited to fill this out. Let's see, I'm gonna flip forward. 2 years old. Favorite things to do, favorite friends, favorite people, favorite toy, games to play, favorite food, favorite treat, favorite book. Like, y'all, it just keeps going. It's so, like, this is gonna be awesome. I'm really excited about this. And then I got a children's book, which I thought was really cool. So, A Giant Treasury of Peter Rabbit. This book was so cool. Like, I had to get it. It was her original illustrations from 1980, and like, look at these drawings. Like, I know they're in the new versions, but I don't know, that just looks so vintage and like a good sturdy book. I guess. I don't know what I'm saying. The first book I bought was Colin Cassette's Counted with the Stars, and I've heard such good things about this book. Miriam sings its praises. But it is about a Egyptian servant who I think she's at the time of the Exodus, and so she wasn't treated well by her mistress, so she decides to flee with the Hebrews, and so she's learning about Yahweh, the Jewish God. So the Hebrews obviously don't like her because she's Egyptian, so there's that. So then I got The Extraordinary Deaths of Mrs. Kipp by Sarah Brunsvold. And this was at Mr. K's that I bought yesterday. It was $8. And I've heard nothing but the highest praises for this book. I know Amanda spoke very, very highly of it, and I think Sky did as well. And Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails, they all said such wonderful things about it. I've heard nothing but good about it. So I've been wanting to read it for a while, and I saw it on the shelf, and I was like, oh, I haven't seen it anywhere. Not that I've been going anywhere for the last 3 months, but but I was super excited to find it at Mr. K's used. Like it's in such good condition, it might as well be new. I don't know much about it other than Mrs. Kipp is in a nursing home, I believe, and she's dying, I think. And there's this girl, this woman, who's a journalist or a reporter, and she's supposed to be recording I can't talk recording Mrs. Kipp's life, and so it's her story. I think I could be totally wrong, but I don't want to read the back and all that, but I've heard it's a very moving story, and that, I mean, I really trust all of those booktubers' opinions anyway, so anything that they say is good that emphatically, I'm like, I don't care, I'm gonna read it. I trust y'all. So one day I will read it, hopefully soon. And from a thrift store I got The Prince of Spies by Elizabeth Camden, and it is book 3. I don't have book 1 or 2, but it was 75 cents. And I've heard really good things about this series. I think it's about Earl Grey tea. I think I had some books gifted to me from my mom, and they are technically children's books, I guess, but I mean, I think they have some very helpful information. These actually, I think she said they were from Dollar General like years and years ago. They came out with these books, or they sold them at least. And she has the big book with all of them in one, so she gave me the individual ones. But I thought they would be really helpful to read alongside whenever I'm in that part of the Bible for the next year. But then there's Noah and the Ark, and it has like, you know, like pictures and facts. David and Goliath. Let's see. Like, just gives it more. I'm a visual person, so like drawings really, really help me. And not just that, it has like facts on the side too. So there's Samson and Delilah. Let's see. I remember vaguely looking at these when she had them on her shelf growing up. She's had them for a long time. Like, why can't Dollar General sell stuff like this anymore? Like, this is awesome. Moses Parts the Sea, The Birth of Jesus. Next two things are resources from my church, and I can't tell you, I think I've mentioned before on my channel how much I love my church. Not just the sermons and the service itself, but I'm in what's our Sunday school, we call it a grow group, but I'm in an all women's group, and those are super lovely women, and they go above and beyond, and they give us extra resources. So I wanted to share this, that one of my group leaders created, and it is daily Bible study. Begin each day by praying and confessing any sin in order to restore your fellowship with Him. Give thanks. Like, it lists all the things that would be helpful. So if you want to screenshot if anything might be helpful. for you. But it's just like a guide that you can use in your quiet time. I literally just picked this up today, so I haven't even read the whole thing or used it yet, but I thought, like, it's all pretty. Like, she did such a good job, and it's so helpful, and she didn't have to do that, so I love it. And then she also created these gratitude journals for us. So it says give thanks on the front. She created these at the perfect time, right at the new year, so we can follow along the whole year, all 52 weeks. But here's week 1, and it has the whole week listed out, and there's a Bible verse, I think, yeah, on every week too. So just a neat little notebook that was created by someone at my church for all of us to do together. So cool. And then the last thing I wanted to mention was I'm doing Advent, and this year I'm doing the She Reads Truth study, and this one is The Joy of Every Longing Heart, and it's based on a hymn. But I started Advent last year, technically, and at that time I was not a Christian, and I was raised Christian in the Southern Bible Belt, so I knew the main stories. My family prayed over meal times and stuff like that, but I did not grow up going to church or anything. I never even heard of Advent until last year. And several things came about, and this is just a very short nutshell. I just wanted to know more information and just kind of, y'all know, if you feel God calling you, I just felt compelled to get an Advent study. I did that study and read the devotional and the scripture, and just, it was in my mind at the time, I was like, I'm just learning, I'm just getting my feet wet, I'm curious about it, if something happens, it happens. Like, I'm keeping an open mind, basically. And I did that study, and it just ignited my curiosity for what was in the Bible, and it was one of the main things that brought me to salvation, and I got saved January 3rd. So during this Advent time, I think it's, of course, we are anticipating Jesus' return. We're celebrating that he came for the first time, and just being mindful and resting in the Lord, and making time for him, and celebrating and all that, of course. But also for me, it is almost a time of reminiscing about what it was like for me this time last year in my journey, and how I felt last year, and feeling that pull, and eventually saying yes to Jesus. So anyways, I always want to do Advent every year. That, hands down, it's important to me. And so I was researching which ones to do, and I chose this one because I have the She Reads Truth Bible, is one reason, but I really liked this one because they it is like they have the scripture in the book itself. There's not a devotional, but it kind of leads you through, and you can kind of pick out like the theme. And then it has a prompt for you to journal about, and you can write about what you learned Use the space to respond, reflect on the reading, journal, or record a prayer. And it also gives you like prompts to circle, underline, stuff like that. So I've been following along, and I did not start on time, but I caught back up because it gives you a grace day, which I really appreciate, because life just gets a hold of you sometimes. But it gives you grace days on Saturdays, so you can catch up if you want. And it also, let's see if I can find it has a couple of extras like what is the Trinity, and also I'm trying to find one. So it has like little crafts and stuff in here, like extras, like this is how to make pepper jelly. There was like how to make a scarf. I think there's a room scent one. Make a room spray in here. Excuse me. And then also, what is really cool about this particular study is that, well, I'll start with Christmas Day. So there's Christmas Day, and you have your regular reading and all that, but you also have Christmas Day snapshot, so you can capture your memories for this Christmas Day. What was the weather like? Where did you spend Christmas Day? What time did you wake up? Who did you celebrate with? What made you laugh? What tradition meant the most to you this year? I loved receiving. I loved giving a gift. And then also, it continues the week after Christmas. So you have that bridge until the new year, so when you can start something else. And my battery's about to die on my phone, so I better hurry. But yeah, there's also, grab it. In 2022, you have a 2022 summary, and then goals for 2023. So I thought that was really cool, and I'm liking it so far. I haven't done a study where it's only scripture and not any devotional in it, but I think I'm doing pretty good so far. It all makes sense pretty much, and it it flows really well, and it's all like clumped together on themes that you can easily follow. So I'm liking the study, and I'll let you know at the end of December how it went. So all right. That's the end of my haul. I talked for forever, super chatty. So this morning, when I went to church, I filmed, my church does what's called the Festival of the Trees, and it's one of my favorite church traditions for this time of year. Absolutely beautiful. They decorate all these trees for Christmas, and they're so gorgeous that I wanted to share, so I filmed the trees in my church, so I will share that in the next clip. this is probably a little bit of a weird angle, but I have you propped up on one of my couch pillows. So we're just going to roll with it. I wanted to end out this vlog with a discussion of the book that I've been reading. So, The Mistletoe Countess by Pepper Basham. And this was such a lovely gift from the very sweet Caitlin over at Chronicles of the Book Nerd. So thank you so much, Caitlin, for getting this for me. I made sure to read it this month because I'm not waiting another year to read it. I keep seeing it pop up everywhere. So, a quick synopsis of this book, as far as I'm aware, is it's about this girl in the, I think it's, what time frame was this? Like the Dickens era? 1913. 1913. Not Dickens era. Just before. My timeline is all mixed up in my brain. Anyways, so it's the 1910 era, Gibson girls. And so this girl named Grace, she is going to, it opens, she and her sister and her father are going to meet this man that is engaged to be married to her sister. Something happens and her sister is not able to marry this man, so Grace steps in because there is a contract. Otherwise, her father would be ruined if the contract was not fulfilled. So she ends up marrying this man that she hasn't met before this week. Very common for that era. So basically she is an heiress, essentially, like the, I forget what they called them back in the day. It was where English aristocracy married American heiresses. Basically, they need the money to upkeep their estate because they have faced financial ruin. So the American gets the title and the prestige and all of that. And then the British side, this guy is British, the British side gets the infusion of money. So that is this is their story. And his name is Frederick. I blanked for a second what his name was. And I've heard really good things about this book. So I watched Bailey's video over at Bailey's Bookshelf, and she had some mixed feelings about it compared to everybody else. And I'm like, thank goodness. I felt like I'm the only one that was being a stick in the mud because I like the story so far. I am about halfway, well, a little over halfway. Yeah, about 75% through. I'm not good at estimating, but anyways, over halfway through. And so I like it. I like the story, but I'm not a huge fan of Grace's character. And so Grace, she is described as very basically a bookworm. Her head's always stuck in the book. She's always wanting to read. She soaks up all the books she can. There's tons of literary references in this book, which I really do appreciate. She would much prefer to be stuck in a book instead of going to a party and talking endlessly about the weather, that kind of thing. Totally get it, girl, but it's almost a little bit too much. Like, it's very focused on, like, she's very different and she goes against society's standards of how a lady or a young woman of that era should act, and she just doesn't care and she does her own thing, and that's fine. That probably did happen, but it's almost like it's focused so much on how different she is and how creative she is and how much of a reader she is, how imaginative she is. Like, it's constantly talked about, and I don't know, it's just, it also comes across as she's very, and I think it's supposed to come across this way, that she's very, very stuck in the bookish world, like the fantasy world. And so she's very almost, well, she's naive. And so when she marries Frederick, everything is new to her, which I understand, you know, it's not so much that. This is part of it, but when they are starting their marriage together, she doesn't know anything, which is common for that era. But it's not so much that part of it. There's more detail about intimacy in here that I'm used to in Christian fiction. Like if it was a secular novel, you know, I probably would not be as surprised at that being in here. Like there is a scene once they're married that they're together, but it's a closed door scene, but leading up to it is fairly detailed. I know some people, Bailey was talking about this, and I'll link her videos if you want to go check it out, but I could see how that would be kind of uncomfortable for some readers, and especially single women, and I can totally see it. Even as a married woman, like I was like, I don't know, you know, like this is surprisingly going a bit further in more detail than I was expecting. I just wasn't prepared for it in a Christian novel, but you know, it doesn't necessarily bother me that much, but I can totally understand how it affects someone else. But mainly the issue I have with Grace is her, like, she's too naive. Like, there's one part where he is asking her a question, and she's like dumbfounded that he finds her pretty, like that, almost like, I don't know. I know the character wasn't meant to do this, but it's almost like she was asking in such a way to prompt him to say something about how pretty she was, if that makes sense. But I know that's not how she was intended. She just legitimately doesn't know her own beauty, type of thing. But it was kind of a little bit annoying to me to see that. I'm like, you know, there's no reason for you not to be self-assured. Like you haven't had any negative experiences to cause you to think that way. I don't know. Stuff like that where, you know, I guess you'd have to read. I'm not doing a good job of explaining it, but the way she handles things and the way she thinks through things, I think, is a little bit much sometimes. Other than that, the storyline is interesting so far. There's a mystery going on. I think their growing relationship is, you know, they're coming to trust one another and really develop their marriage. Like, it's still, like, I think this is only a couple of weeks into their marriage. It's that long. So it's not like over a longer period of time. So it's happening pretty quickly, but there was a discussion that I really appreciated with Frederick's aunt, where she was talking about marriage and how, you know, it's a relationship, you've got to work on it. It's real life condensed or something. And I really appreciated that discussion. Anyways, I am for the most part enjoying it, other than basically Grace's character and a couple of things here and there. But I would say right now I'm kind of lingering between a 3 and a 4. So we'll see where I end up by the time I finish it. But I just wanted to pop on here and talk about this book a little bit. And yes, I'm going to end the vlog here. And hopefully I will see you soon in another video. Bye.